do I come up with like a new name for
But some of these guys, their
myself?
actual names are so like being a rapper and you're rapping hard and your name is Samuel is crazy to me.
Bro, your name is Samuel. If you're called Samuel and you're actually going by Samuel, you have to make R&B. Like that's all.
Yeah.
Like
You're
Samuel is an R&B artist.
It's such a soft name.
Yo, what's up and welcome to episode 44 of the 30% podcast hosted by yours truly, Afam, and my wonderful co-host, Sam. Sam, what's up?
What's going on?
What up, Sam?
It's a new day. It's a new week.
This is episode 44. So do you want to talk about any
it's a new month
gripes that you've been having with your significant other, like Jay-Z, how he poured his heart out in 444.
I have some
he
gripes.
had a whole song saying I'm not good now. You know what I mean?
Oh boy.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
Do you want to?
He was just saying he's not a good person, bro.
Okay.
So do you want to, this is an open, this is a safe space.
It's a safe space.
Where you can confess.
It's a safe space.
You can confess about
my
you
goodness,
just not
no.
being,
No, not putting myself online like that. It's so weird. I don't think a lot of people, do people want to hear what goes on in other people's lives like that?
Yes, that's primarily what people care about, Sam. Well, what are you talking about? It's unfortunate, but yeah. What do you mean?
Okay. I'm just because it's just. I mean,
people are nosy, man. There's nothing better than listening to business
drama
that you have nothing to do with. Yeah.
Oh, poking your nose into some stuff that you shouldn't be.
Oh, bro, that's why do you think the whole Lemonade and then 444 that whole run that was amazing because we were getting so much more from the Carters than we've ever got. In terms of just
especially from Beyonce. She's so kept
dynamic
to herself. She doesn't do interviews. Well, not that many.
Yeah.
Neither does Jay-Z. And I still don't know why we rate those guys so highly, though. I get they're great musicians, but there's other great musicians that we don't put at.
Such as? Give me an example of an artist
Tupac.
who you think deserves. You saw they found they charged that dude Kif D.
Yeah. They charged. He was he the one who committed the? Oops, I don't. No, it's fine.
Well, that's what they're saying, but I don't know if he is the one. I just feel like it's weird timing because there was a lot of pressure on. There was a little bit of pressure I was seeing on P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And now they've all of a sudden found the guy who did it. And the guy Kif D has been giving interviews for time.
For years and years. Yeah.
So now is when we're deciding to do it. I just think the timing is weird.
I like how your brain works. So you think that there's something, you think that Puff is trying to keep the, what do you call it, off him? It could be true.
No. P. Diddy, by the way, if you're listening to this podcast, I did not say
Afam.
that at all. P. Diddy is one of those
over
guys,
here.
Sam.
Oh my gosh.
No, trust me. No, P. Diddy is one of those people who
Yeah.
I truly believe
Yeah.
has the potential to completely ruin your life. Ruin it. So those are one of the people who you just bruh, even if me, I would stay away, but I don't know.
Okay. All right, Mr.
There's certain people who will do favors for you, but doing that favor is just not great. You'd much rather not even there's people who can help you, they can genuinely help you, but the strings that come attached to that help, they're just not worth it.
Oh, Afam, you're hilarious, man.
Is there such an individual in the
pandering to
Kenyan
PDD.
music industry?
In the Kenyan music industry, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Honestly,
somebody who, if you cross, they will crush you, Sam. They will utterly annihilate your whole career.
But you see, I feel like I think there might be a few of those individuals, but I feel like they would more crush you in the sense of you wouldn't be able to get gigs and stuff like that. Not necessarily like your home music. I don't think our music structure is built up to the point where someone can just say no and then you're done. Like they don't play you on radio or I don't know. That's interesting. I definitely now want to do some digging to find out who these people are.
Find out the people who can.
Yeah.
Because
Endless. Anyway, man. How are you
no
doing,
one
fam?
man should have all that power. How am I? I'm doing fine. Had a trivia night last week,
Hey.
which was pretty nice. And
Wasn't able to attend that
yeah. Huh? Oh yeah. Some couldn't come through. What else did I do last week? Oh, made some fire music. I've been on a K-Tranada vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Foster made something so good. But Sam, I need to play. I'll play this for you after the podcast. It's
Hey,
actually really,
nice.
really inspired.
Nice.
But yeah, aside from that, what else have I done? Nothing much, to be honest. How about yourself?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Look, I've just been creating, I guess.
Yeah.
At least the juices are flowing again. So
You blocked out the beat block.
Yeah. We had a fight. We had not a fight. We had a talk. I told him he had to leave. Told her she had to leave. I don't know whether beat block is a guy or girl. Told them that they had to leave, and they respectfully packed the things and walked out. So that's such a stupid analogy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But apart from that, I've been listening to a lot of Celine Dion and
Who hurt you?
Celine
Sam?
Dion
Who hurt
and
you?
what are these guys called?
Backstreet Boys.
Fleetwood Mac. I don't know why. I just been listening to a whole bunch
You're
of
listening to Fleetwood Mac. I mean, you're cultured clearly, but why are you listening to Fleetwood Mac?
I don't know, man. They were fire.
Celine Dion?
They had some bangers. They had some scorchers, some heaters back in the day.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And Celine Dion she's Celine Dion, man. Prayers. I hope she's
goated,
doing well.
man.
I hope she's doing well. She has a condition that she had to cancel a whole bunch of shows for earlier in the year. So
Oh, for real? Oh man, get well soon, Celine.
Yes, I wasn't laughing at it. It's just no. I'm just saying. It's just
no.
It's just strange.
Why did I just call her Celine? But
Celine,
there's
like she's
certain
your boy.
people. How come there's certain people who you just refer to them by both names? Like you can't just say one name. It's weird. Like Celine Dion, you have to say.
But that's a
Celine
stage
Dion.
name. It's just like
Yeah,
that's a
but like
stage
even
name.
in general, when you're referring to her, it's Celine Dion. Like it's like you see, like Drake, you just say one Drake. But like Kanye, I know now he's doing Ye or whatever, but all the time, like we always just had to say.
By the way,
Kanye
do you
West.
think
It's
that
Kanye
thing is
West.
successful? Do you think his name change is successful from Kanye West to
Not
Ye?
really.
I feel like it's one big parody, honestly.
Yeah, not really. Wait,
Yeah.
which other people are there like who you have to like refer by both
Lil Wayne.
names? If
You can't just say Lil.
No, but people say Wayne. People say Wayne. You know what I mean?
I think it's different for hip hop though.
Let me see.
Like I wouldn't refer to Fleetwood Mac as
like
Fleetwood.
you wouldn't. But like Kendrick. Oh, people do say Kendrick. But like
Maybe it's just Celine Dion
back
at
in
this
like
point.
when he started, we always used to say Kendrick Lamar. I always had to say both names.
Yeah. I guess it's the nature of celebrity. Once you're a celebrity, the name that you go with is attached to you, so you can't really do much.
Like J. Cole, you have to say J. Cole. People say Cole World, but like those are stands. In general, everyone just says J. Cole.
Is that true? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Well, for hip hop, I think with hip hop artists, we also tend to give them nicknames because it makes them seem more closer to us. So like Jay,
Yeah.
No one says Jay-Z. They all call him Jay. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. Even the older acts. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think this is very. I don't want to think about it now. I'll sound like
It's interesting. It's interesting.
we could do a deep
dive
dive on artist names later on.
Hey, bro, trust me, that's a whole conversation in and of itself. Like, cause artist name is like, it's usually do I go by my actual name? Do I come up with like a new name for
But some of these guys, their
myself?
actual names are so like being a rapper and you're rapping hard and your name is Samuel is crazy to me.
Bro,
you can't do
your name is Samuel.
You
if you're called Samuel and you're actually going by Samuel, you have to make R&B. Like that's all.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Samuel is an
Samuel is
R&B
it's such a soft name.
But there's some artists who have dropped the bag. Like JID.
Yeah.
His actual name is Destin Route. Come on, like that's such a dope name. Destin Route. Like if you went by the name,
but JID
Destin Route.
Destin is such a I'm trying to be sensitive here, but Destin doesn't sound. When you hear Destin, you don't necessarily think black rapper from.
No, but together though, Destin Route. What a name, bro. Another person who has a fire name is 6 Lakh.
Black.
His real name is like. Hear his real name. If you had this name, you'd be like, that's a fire R&B name. 6 Lakh's real name is Ricardo Valdez Valentine. Come on.
Oh wow,
Sam.
That's crazy.
Isn't he sleeping there? Like that could have been fire.
Ricardo, but there's
just
so
go
many
by
of
your
those.
real name.
Tory
Bro,
Lanez.
even if he just went with, if he just went with Ricardo, fire. If he just went with Valdez, fire. If he just went with Valentine, fire. Like, and if he went with all three, Ricardo, Valdez, Valentine, fire. Even if he just went with both, Valdez, Valentine, fire.
That's actually fire.
Double V.
That's fire. That's fire.
That's such a fire
Tory Lanez
name.
is Nigerian. They called him. His name is Daystar.
Bro,
Daystar
that one he
Shemwell.
could. That's embarrassing.
Daystar
That one
Shemwell
is-
Shua. Imagine, and he's
that
on,
one
he's on track talking the way he's talking. Well, he was on
Nah,
track.
that one I understand why he had to change, man. If you're called Daystar Shemwell, bro.
Why are we
You have
clowning
to
people's
change.
names, Afam? You're not supposed to be clowning people's names.
I'm proud of mine. Afamefuna, by the way.
I'll
go with
Do you have
mine,
an English
like-
name?
No, I don't have any English names.
So it's just those two. Oh.
I think it's the wave, bro. Like even me
the
personally, I think having English names is overrated, bro. Overrated.
Yeah.
All African gang. All African name gang. Anyway, guys, you guys did not subscribe to
Not
the
at
30%
all.
podcast.
I don't
for
think I
us
subscribed to talk about this. I did subscribe. We're doing distribution today.
So yes, we would like to distribute your attention to
That's-
something more on
that's-
topic.
That's not. I get what you're trying to
No,
do,
Sam.
but that's not.
No. Listen,
That's not how that
Sam,
works.
listen.
No. Okay.
No. It works.
All right.
So we wanted to kind of have a conversation about music distribution. Because
Yeah.
everyone says distribution deals, whatever. Like, what is distribution at the end of the day? And we want to kind of talk about it a little bit to the best of our knowledge. So
Yep.
Sam, I want to ask you candidly, what is music distribution?
Wow. I feel like I'm in the front of a class. I have to answer the professor. Professor Afam. You do sound like you could be a professor. Music distribution. Distribution is, in very simple terms, I think distribution is the middleman. Music is a product. So you have your ingredients, you do whatever you want to do, you create the final product. Now, to get the products
Yeah.
to people, to people on the streets, into people's houses, you have to go through a channel of sorts. This channel.
Why do you have to though? Why do you, the artist, have to go through a channel?
We'll get there.
Okay, we'll get there. Okay.
So yeah, it's like, just think of it as like a product. So you make a packet of biscuits, I guess, or cookies if you're from the American market, and you want people to eat these cookies, right? They're great. So you have to sell them at. You could either do it through your trunk and sell them to people passing you, or you could put them in stores or get them into stores and people would buy them. Of course, not a one-to-one correlation, because now there's like middlemen who would get them from you to the stores, and then from the stores, now that's where. So now in this case, I guess in the new age, the stores would be like a Spotify or an Apple Music or whatever. And so now distribution, the middleman, what they do is they take your music from you, thank you for the music, and then they take it to the stores to get sold. So essentially what they do is they distribute, again, not to use the word to describe the word, but they have the job of making your music available to the masses more than you would be able to do if you are doing it on your own, I think. And that could answer why.
So
one of the reasons why music distribution would be better.
So back in the day, I would assume it was like a physical thing. Like they would actually take the CDs and the vinyls and the radio cassettes. They'd actually physically distribute them to the stores, the music stores and everything.
Yeah, and in some cases they would. I guess we can get to this later. Also, they would pay for the vinyls and the CDs and the cassettes being made. And then they would now recoup from that so they'll handle all that and putting it in stores, and then all you need to do is just sit back and wait for your 10% or 5% or whatever you negotiated.
And I guess like just by virtue of them being in that business and being that middleman, right? Like they would make a bunch of connections, whether it's with the labels or the streaming companies. They would make all those connections, and that puts them in a good place in terms of where they can actually like even offer more services than just, shipping the product to these entities, right?
Yeah, it somehow the industry made it difficult for me as an individual just to take my CD and walk up to a radio station and play it. Or like now the mode switched from physical to digital, so now it's like Spotify and all of them. And I can't just take my song and email the Spotify admins and say, hey guys, I have something I want to release. That would be entirely too much work. So it's much easier when it's done through a conduit, which would be
through a distributor.
A distributor.
So essentially, then we could say in today's age, distribution is basically the uploading of music onto the digital streaming platforms.
At the end of the day, it is, which is confusing me. So now in my mind, I'm like, what do the labels do differently that DistroKid doesn't do? Like, I'm pretty sure it's still.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
So let's say I have a single and I'm signed to a label. I'm signed to Sony, right?
Oh, okay.
I have a single and they're like, the single is put out, right? So it's distributed through, on Friday it comes out and everything. And me as an individual, I go through DistroKid and the same Friday my song is out. And now I'm just speaking basically on the mechanics. Like what, how do the labels do it? Like, do they have... I low-key feel like some of them have like DistroKid accounts, but special DistroKid accounts and special of this independent. They're basically doing the same. And I saw someone, I'm not just going off because I saw someone who's been in the industry and I can't remember who it was a while back. But then they were also talking about like the labels are literally just doing what we do as solo artists, but now they have added value. So it's like I think that they have like special accounts in these distribution labels or special distribution companies, but then that are doing exactly the same thing as the independent ones. Okay,
so I guess we can then like we can explore that. So maybe in getting into that is what different type of distribution companies are there, like if we were to class them, and then we could understand what the label structure could kind of be or how it looks for them. So I guess in the basicest of basic terms, like you type in distribution and what you're going to find is the free or the self-service distribution platforms such as DistroKid,
TuneCore,
Ditto, CD Baby, TuneCore.
There's so many of them now. There's so many. The market has opened up. There's millions now. Okay, not millions, obviously.
Yeah, which probably means that it's a good business, and there has to be a reason why it's a good business. You know what I mean? So for these free platforms in quotes or not free but like self-distribution platforms, it's how it's gonna work is you're essentially gonna pay a fee It could be monthly, it could be yearly. You pay that, and then they're gonna distribute your music for you. Some of them, will say like Ditto or whatever. They'll say, "Yo, you pay the fee, maybe the yearly fee, and we won't take any percentage of your royalties and
Yeah.
stuff like that." And this is pretty good, especially if you're a independent artist. Like, this is what you want to do, because it's not too much of a hassle, and like it's actually not that expensive. Because if you're a serious artist and you're like, I'm gonna be releasing a lot of music, and you go to a platform like DistroKid, you'd only have to pay like $30 to $40
A
for the
year.
whole year,
With
to
hidden
distribute
fees.
music.
That they
With hidden
squeeze in
fees.
there
Yeah,
somewhere.
okay. We'll get
But-
into that.
yeah,
We'll
but I
get
get what
into
you're saying,
those
yeah.
hidden fees. So it's a worthy investment, because you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be distributing a song a month, whatever, and you never know, your song could blow up, and you could be getting like some really good royalties that will make up for the $30 you spent to get this, whatever. So there's that category of distribution company, this the self-servicing ones, where all you have to do is pay for that, and then you can distribute your music. Literally, you have the power in your hands when you want to distribute, and where as well, because you
Yeah.
can also decide, oh, I don't want to distribute it to iTunes or whatever, and you can click that and it will happen. So then after that, we have the so what would we call these ones? Well, I'm kind of making these whatever classifications up as I go along, but it's the so like the symphonics or the platoons. These are distribution companies which are not necessarily free for everybody to use. These are distribution companies which you either register
Yeah.
to be a part of, or they will reach out to you and tell you, yo,
It's
we
exclusive.
see the value. Yeah, we see the value in which that you're distributing your music, and we think that we can amplify your efforts. And so usually what will happen is an A&R from that company will reach out to you, and they'll be like, yo, you want to distribute with us? And you say yes. And these companies now, they take on a little bit more of the of the burden, because what they're going to do is they will say, one, you don't really have to pay to use our service, but we'll take a percentage. Usually it's between 15 and 20%. Some people take as much as 30%.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying now, if someone is taking 30% from distribution, they have to be like doing the most for you.
Exactly.
For you.
Well, yeah. Yeah, distribution deals. Well,
Yeah.
distribution deals also don't. Well, I guess again, I don't know when we'll get into it, but then it's all about if they're doing more, then
Yes.
sometimes they ask for more. Like if they're doing distribution and
Yes.
maybe handling like other aspects of it,
Which
like,
only makes sense, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah. But if they're just uploading it to Spotify, you
I
might
mean,
want
yeah,
to retain
and that
some.
happens a lot, Brad. Because the value now, the value in engaging with such a distributor is because of the benefits or the services that they can offer. So in taking more risks, some of them will actually give you like an advance, almost like a label. They might give you like an advance, or they can give you like a marketing budget for your releases,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. You know what I mean? If they can say, yo, we'll give you $1,000 to spend on this release. Now, obviously, they're going to say that we're going to take 20% from distribution. And this is the thing with those deals. That's how they receive money. They receive money from that 20%. So it's in their best interest for the music to do well.
Yeah.
Right, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
now
so-
especially if they give you an advance, let's say they give you a marketing advance, the marketing is solely on the artist. Right. But it's such a weird
Yes.
situation
Well-
because did you have you had
No. Go ahead.
So it's such a weird situation because now they are taking a chunk off and they're relying on you. Of course, if it's that deal, sometimes the distributors have a leg in terms of the marketing, and they help out
They'll
with
have
that.
like a marketing team.
Yeah. But if the marketing, there's some deals where the marketing, and I think in this day and age, I feel like that's it's a letdown. Like especially if you're taking a higher percentage, like you might need to want to do more with it, so that, because now if I'm taking 20% and I'm like, all right, here's $5,000, $10,000 for marketing, and the success of their deal is dependent on how well you can market your song. That's where it becomes very tricky for artists, because now you have to do more and pay up more. It's just where being independent is sometimes just the best route to go, because some of these deals could, if you don't have distribution deals in general, labels and everything, if you don't have the resources to do what you need to do yourself, then it's probably good to partner up with them. But if you have those resources, you can market yourself. If you can, it's probably better just to go independently, because you can save a lot more money and you can have more control over your product. But that's just a side topic.
No, but yeah, I mean that is true. You don't want to get like almost trapped or whatever in these situations.
Being
but
dead for the rest of your life.
But you see, the thing is, the distribution companies can offer a lot of value, and another one that they offer is playlisting. So
yeah.
The reality of things is there's so many people releasing music, right? So the streaming platforms don't want to talk to everyone. Like, honestly, they will not want to talk to. How many songs do they say are uploaded every day? Is it like 20,000 or something like that?
I think it was
something
more,
crazy
actually.
like that.
I think it was more.
It's probably more than that.
Yeah.
And it's just like all those songs on our platform for the playlist, vying for playlists. So a lot of times the labels and the streaming companies, the DSPs will talk with representatives from these distribution companies, and those people will give them kind of like an idea of what's hot, because the distribution companies are receiving this music. So one perk of having a distribution deal is because they can help you with playlisting. So they will vouch for you, and like I said, if you're in a distribution deal, they also want the music to do well, right? So they're gonna sit down. Usually they'll have like regularly scheduled meetings. Like they'll have a meeting maybe once every month to kind of talk about which songs deserve to be on playlists and playlisting and that type of stuff. And that's value, because as an artist, I mean, it's very difficult to like be able to sit down with the streaming companies and the people who curate playlists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the value with being on a playlist is, if you're on a good playlist and you get good plays, that translates into revenue getting back into your pocket, right?
Facts.
So yeah, there's those type of distribution companies, and then I guess the last kind of distribution companies, it would be like the more like I think they are called aggregators. So these are like the companies where like so basically what people will do is you'll partner with one of them, like a distro direct or something, and what they'll do is they'll offer you. So let's say you're a small company and you want to offer distribution for artists in your country or something.
Yeah.
You can partner with like some of these aggregators, and then the artist will distribute through you, but really you're distributing using the mechanisms and the what do you call it, like the facilities that have already been created via this aggregating company, like a distro direct.
Relationships and things
have
like
the
that.
know-how. Yeah, they already have the know-how. They have already made the systems. So they'll house like a bunch of like distribution companies. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense.
Bigger middleman.
Yeah, exactly. they're the bigger middleman to other middlemen.
They're the house where the
distribute.
middlemen come to.
Yes, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's essentially that. Oh yeah, and then also there's the distribution companies, which are very, very closely linked to the labels. So we have the likes of the Orchard, which is very, very closely linked to. Well, it really is under Sony Music. There is there's another one I keep on forgetting. I forget its name, but yeah, there's gonna be those ones as well.
Are you talking about here locally?
What do you mean?
No, you said there's another one you're forgetting. Is it a local one or just?
Oh no, it wasn't local. That one isn't local. Okay. That one isn't local. But yeah, I would advise starting off with obviously the self-service distribution companies.
Yeah.
It's easier. And you can be successful. You saw what Russ did with TuneCore, just distributing his music off TuneCore.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty dope. So Sam, how do distribution companies make their money?
Well,
I mean, we've kind of talked about it.
Yeah. So I mean, you get it's probably more of the song earnings, right? So like things like royalties and all the business. So if you upload it to Spotify pays the bill collector a specific amount of money because this song was streamed on their platform. And so the distributor will be like, all right, cool. Thank you for streaming the song. We'll take 20% and then they'll give the rest to the artist. That's one way. This independent distributors, DistroKid and them, some of them, they do it through, there are a few formats. So you could do that where they take a percentage of your royalties, and some of those are usually marketed as free distribution, right? But then they get to keep some of your royalties up to a certain point. And then the language could get very murky and different options and stuff like that. The other one would be, like we talked about it, you pay a subscription fee, and then you keep 100% of your royalties with fees hidden in there, of course. But then, so that's the other way they would do that, where now they get their money from the sheer number of people who choose to use their platform. And these guys really go more harder on marketing themselves than others.
So those hidden fees, man. So like on DistroKid, you'll distribute, and then they'll usually give you like a option. Oh, you can pay $20.99 for mastering or loudness. What do they call it? Loudness normalization or some weird stuff
99
like that.
99 cents to have your song discoverable by Shazam. I was just like, you guys are just you're.
Yeah, please leave. What are you doing? I never pay for that. Ati, will $50 so that you can do the cell phone thing. Like, I don't even know. Like, I'm just like, okay, cool.
But they have to make extra money somehow.
$5 if you want distro.
Yeah, I'm saying they have to make extra money somehow.
They do. I respect the side hustle for sure. So they'll offer like small side hustle like that.
There's some of them that are better than the others. Honestly, it's really good to do research. There's ones where I for stretch when I wanted to sign up for one of them, I went through a whole bunch of people on YouTube who have been in those companies, and also people who've like had experiences with them, and just like, there's so many and there's so much information, and the choices are very. It's like going to a supermarket and trying to figure out what packet of crisps
there's
you
so
want to
many.
buy.
There's so many, but for me, DistroKid really works well. I got into the first the first distributor I used for the first time was TuneCore.
Yeah.
But DistroKid works really well. United Masters is okay.
United Masters is okay. I heard they have some clauses in their
they do
contract that
honestly
people want to run away from.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not entirely a fan of United Masters, but DistroKid is fire. Also, I know you're asking, wait, but why aren't there some places where I can just upload my music without having to use a distributor? And that's true, like SoundCloud, Bandcamp, even I think AudioMac, you can as well. The only thing is, it's just very difficult to do all these things manually because, like we were saying, the distribution companies have systems already in place in terms of like processing all the metadata and actually distributing that metadata to all these different streaming platforms,
Yeah.
which have different ways in which they like to ingest this metadata and everything. So as an individual, it might be very difficult to just like so you'd have to sit in your computer and make metadata that's specific for iTunes and
Yeah,
then so specific for Spotify and
and
specific for Amazon Music and
hundred
this and
other
that.
other
Yeah.
platforms to upload. It's just too much work.
Exactly.
It's too much work.
And then also, when it comes to now royalty collections, if you were to do it yourself, you'd have to reach out to all these
Practically
100 people. It's
Never going to
practically
get paid.
impossible.
Never.
And then also on the other side, even the streaming companies would hate that.
Yeah,
They would
yeah.
hate having to deal with like
100,000 songs a
like,
day would be hell for them. Just
it would be hell.
the
It would
worst.
be highly cost ineffective.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to have a distributor as the middleman who processes all this type of stuff, and will be the person who will pay out these royalties. Usually it's the master royalty. In terms of publishing and whatever, that's where you have the PROs and
Yeah.
the CMOs come in or whatever.
And of course, their systems are automated. Like a lot of these companies,
their
it's very
systems are automated.
tech driven. So they are not necessarily. There's not like 100 people in a room trying to get this information out. It's very automated, like I said. Yeah.
It's very automated, yeah. So like we were saying, there is some value to be had with getting into a distribution deal now when you're like in a better part of your career. Like you've done your independent distribution, you've amassed some sort of like fan base. Why you would want to be with one of these distribution companies that offer more than just giving you the ability to distribute is because you can now utilize the additional services that they give you to amplify the music. And we've seen this work. I don't want really to put people's business out there, but we've seen
put people's business out there. Kidding me?
No, because I don't know if it's like public info, but like there are certain artists we know, like in the Kenyan music industry, who are in that. Okay, well, I guess actually, it's very easy to find out. I can say one of them, Boutros. Boutros distributes with 1RPM.
Yeah,
1RPM are an American distribution company, and they're pretty good. Like they now I'm speculating, Sam. This is speculation, but I wouldn't be surprised to hear that 1RPM had some involvement in terms of, offering a budget, for example, for maybe even music videos or even marketing for some of his releases. For example, the release that we've talked about so many times on this platform. This is the last time we'll talk about it. Like Angela, I'm pretty sure pretty sure 1RPM put some of their marketing spend towards like Angela, and that helps because we've seen how successful Angela is. And so for Boutros, it would make sense if, fine, I'm going to give you guys 10%, 15%, maybe even 20% of what I earn from this specific songs.
Yeah.
Because of the value you guys are giving me. And not only that, marketing spend, playlisting, because like we said, just being in that position, the distribution companies will also have made networks, so they'll be able to also have that music do well in different regions within Africa, whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, and there's other artists there's other distribution companies who have like a presence here or who have worked with Kenyan artists, So we have 1RPM, we have The Orchard, we have Platoon. Platoon, we've seen it work for like certain artists who distribute for music here. I don't know I think Ingrove's distribution was here, and we're talking to a few artists. So it's something to look into. Also, you can approach these guys if you do your research and you find them. If you have like a solid like plan. Maybe you have like a 4-month release strategy,
Yeah.
and you think this is how you can make a decent return on investment, etc. You can approach them and pitch yourself, and they might see value in that and want to work with you.
True. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. There's a lot that
Yeah.
goes into it. But it's just like an overview of.
Yeah, this is really just like a very basic overview on what distribution is. Is there anything else about distribution that's like mysterious?
The contracts. I mean, just like with everything, whenever you sign a distribution contract, or even honestly,
Yes.
even with DistroKid and them, like we're talking about United Masters, it's only after a while people realized that the United
been
Masters
finessed.
contract had some things in. I think it was they have like dibs on you if you blow up, and you can't like if you're distributing with United Masters. And I don't know that they've changed it now, but then if you're distributing with United Masters, and let's say your song does really well, and like labels are like, oh man, we'd like to sign you. In their contract, United Masters is like, no, like we have the right to you, and you can't necessarily go until we say so, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why they'll put
Kind of. That's messed up.
that's such a weird thing to put in a contract, but it makes sense because that's how the music labels are.
Yeah.
So it's really important to look
Yeah.
at the what do you call it? Look at the thing that we always check, like we read the terms and conditions that we say we've read, and just
Yes.
check, because we don't want to go through 90 pages.
And
there's stuff in those 90 pages that could save you a lot of trouble if you pay attention to them. So
And in alignment with what Sam is saying, you want to, if you're gonna get into a distribution deal, I'd say do one of two things. You either, if it's gonna be exclusive, and these guys are gonna have like more, they're gonna take on more risk in terms of investing in you.
yeah,
Try and make it exclusive for a limited amount of time. If you say it's 3 releases, 4 releases, like try and make it as limited as possible, because you
that's
as
the
an
thing
artist.
Sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say, because you as an artist, you wanna be flexible.
Yeah.
In case shit goes left. So if you can get a distribution deal and have it limited to like a year, or even have it limited to where it's like a year for specific songs that are released under that distribution deal.
Yeah.
So that you're so that's where it becomes a kind of non-exclusive, where you're not also tied down to having to specifically distribute music with the company in question.
Yeah.
That's the best. You always want to be flexible, where
That's
you
the
can say, fine,
Yes.
I will distribute with you guys, but it's gonna be non-exclusive. For me personally, I would try and do a non-exclusive deal. I'd be like, yo, listen, we'll distribute with you, and the songs that we distribute with you, will limit them where like you guys will exclusively be distributing it for the next year or 2 years, after which I can move those songs to a different distribution company, or we can renegotiate the contract or whatever, and keep on working together. But I'd also like to be free enough to say, yo, maybe for this other release, whatever, I want
That
to
would be really
distribute
hard
it.
to argue as a unknown as a new artist.
But that's the thing. But they do give you, like, there's certain companies. Can I say this? Okay. In personal experience, with Foster Nicks, we got a non-exclusive distribution deal with Symphonic Music. I wouldn't say we're particularly distributing with them now, but
Yeah.
the deal was that for songs that we distribute with them, those songs will be exclusively distributed with Symphonic for a year. I think it was a year, right? But we weren't stopped from distributing music from other platforms, as long as it's not the same music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is perfect if you're a small independent artist. You don't want to be exclusively tied. Now, if you're exclusively tied, like I said, these guys have to be doing the most. They have to be doing the absolute most for your music so that it does very well. If you guys are gonna say you can only exclusively distribute with us for 2 years, please, then listen.
And
marketing budgets,
yeah,
all this type of stuff,
everything.
on lock.
Please.
You guys are putting like a real emphasis on me. Otherwise, then you just you get this horror stories of people feeling like they're trapped and they don't have control of
That's
their
the
music.
thing. No,
And,
and that's the thing. That's what I was trying to say earlier. And I guess just to wrap it up, the it's always better to argue for more freedom as an artist, for more freedom and less time with whatever it is, a music label, a distribution label, publishing, whatever it is. More freedom and as little time as you can possibly get. Just so that you're
more freedom, little time.
Yeah. Especially the timing. The timing is huge because if you do find out that because I mean, if you say it's a three-year deal and you realize after year one that this is the trashiest deal I've ever seen in my life, you can struggle it out till it's done. But then if you sign a 10-year deal or like a 10 album release with I don't know an option of what those all those things that they keep putting in there, fam.
Yeah.
You need to.
And then that's when the real games start, where they start being like, Kwanzaa, when you do it like 10 projects, 10 albums or whatever, and then now you release a body of work and they're like, nah, fam, that was
this
a
doesn't
mixtape.
count.
So,
this doesn't count.
Yeah, this doesn't count as
it's terrible.
That's when the games start.
Yeah. And now you can get discouraged. And then also now you have to focus on doing, and see, as an artist, if you're discouraged from making music, then it now plays into itself. And that's how a lot of people say one hit wonders, he had only one song in him. A lot of them signed deals like that and they just realized that they're messed up and it just killed their psyche. That's why the whole industry lauds Frank Ocean for what he did.
Or what he did to Apple.
Finessing the industry beautifully.
Finesse of the century. That was insane. Listen, let's just clap it up for Frank Ocean. That was some legendary stuff. Anyway, guys, that's a very, very shallow deep dive into music distribution. We just felt like it's really nice.
I mean, it's good information
to talk about it. Just to have a conversation about it. But other things that we should converse about, Sam, would be music. So what music were you listening to this week?
Music. What came out? Some stuff was released. Obviously, we could run through it. So, Liboy, I think Liboy, am I saying that right? I'm saying that right?
Yes.
We've played on the podcast.
We played
before.
Liboy.
Yeah.
This is when Maya came.
Thank
you, Maya.
Shout out to Maya. She released a song called Safari. It's cool. Very African. It's very
Liboy.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like you need to be in the mood to listen to that kind of music.
It's definitely curated for like an audience.
It's fire though. It's good. Tina Ardor, who is a Kenyan singer, linked up with DJ Sbu. I'm guessing he's South African from the name.
SBU, Sbu. Who guys said SBU?
Sbu. If it's South African, it should be Sbu. So yeah, released a joint. That was cool. Let's see, Mudaka and Mordecai Dex. Mordecai Dex is someone who I really like. He's a very good vocalist. He's also a very good writer. I loved what he did on Ben Soul's album. So he released a song with Mudaka. On this song it's called Driveway. On this song, he was trying something different. He was more rapping and then he got into singing, which I found interesting. I like it when, of course, artists switch that up. But yeah. So that was cool. Major and Iyani. I've not heard of Iyani before, Afam. Have you ever heard of an artist?
You have. Iyani released... we talked about Iyani.
Oh, no.
He released that song. What is it called? We do this song.
Good Vibes
it's called Furaha. Furaha. Remember Furaha?
Oh, that's him. I didn't know his name. And Pombe and... Okay, so he has that.
Because we were like, remember when people were always just doing that one...
That lane,
that one thing
one
about
song.
Having the call and response.
the one
all that
song.
type of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I should have paid more attention. So he released a song with Major called Maisha. That was cool too. Major's cool. We're still waiting for that album. I hope he's not getting sidetracked and doing his own thing.
You wait. You hope what?
We're waiting for the album that he said was coming.
Oh yeah, waiting with bated breath.
Bated breath. Yes.
Did you listen to Ningoje by Nina Ogot?
I did. I kind of maybe I'd want to give it another listen. But
Yes.
first listen, yeah, I mean it's cool. She also has her music is very curated for it's a special type of music.
Yeah, special. And then
Kenyan after
Kim
all.
Life released with Super Drum.
With Super Drum,
Hey, yeah, Super Drum. Super Drum is the group or collective I work for. So
Yep.
we released a song with Kim Life. This is the first song we've released with Kim Life. It's called Wallahi, which you can check out. Fun fact, I did the edit for the video on YouTube. Sam, did you know this?
I think I did. Did I? Did I know this?
I don't know if you did.
I don't know if I did.
But if you check the edit on YouTube, it's edited by Afam. That's the first ever video I've ever edited
Yeah, look
in my
at you
entire
getting
life.
into it. So is that
Yeah,
it for music for you now?
Diversifying, bro. Listen, if you need your videos edited, man, multiple streams of income. Come on. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, I check out Wallahi by Kim Live. Then there was what? There was Koito. This was like EDM type vibe. I really liked it. Kamushes, Lemayan, and Saint Evo.
Yeah.
Pretty dope listen. And Answers by Razorman, Mali, and Caleb Awiti also came out. In addition to that, we had Currency by Aine and Ordnevi. Really liked the beat. Sam?
Yeah,
really liked the beat for that
the
one.
beat was fire. The beat is
was
hard,
really fire.
as they say in hip hop.
The beat was hard. Yeah, man. But I think the song that was really like eye-catching was
Ear-catching.
Just a Band.
Ear grabbing.
Oh yeah, ear grabbing,
Ear
hair
grabbing music.
hair tingling,
Yeah.
and just mouth watering.
Away from
was
Echo.
Away by Just a Band. Yeah, bro. I felt like I was levitating. I was like, "Ooh, what is this? What is that melody?"
Yeah.
I was just like,
Just a Band is
damn.
really cool. I like them. I'm waiting for what they've been releasing a bunch of releasing a bunch of singles. So
yeah,
and the EP last year.
And
No,
the EP
this
last
year.
year.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was this year.
It was this year.
Yeah.
And look at me just here agreeing with you. But anyway, here is Away by Just a Band from Echo with a 0 at the end.
This makes no sense. You are so far away, though you are miles away. I see you clearly. This makes no sense. You are so far away, though you are miles away. I see you clearly. Away. You are so far away. You are so far. But it told me lies and left with my heart. I want it back now. You told me lies and left with my heart. I want it back now. I know you've been haunting me. I can feel you watching me. I know you've been haunting me. I can feel your spirit here. I know you've been haunting me, hunting me.
So that was Away from Echo by Just a Band.
Just a Band are goated, man.
They're not just a band, but they are also amazing musicians.
Why are you the way you are, man? Why? I get
Listen,
it, though.
what
I
Just a
understand.
Band need is a deal with Blue Band, where it's, bro, listen, I have it, bro. Here's the creative direction, Sam.
Don't give it away for free, though.
Blue
right?
Band,
Don't
Blue
give it
Band
away
needs
for
to
free.
revamp. Listen, Sam, Blue Band need to revamp
Yeah.
their brand. What do? Approach Just a Band.
Mm-hmm.
Where, so this is the name of the campaign. The campaign is called Just a Blue Band. No. So it's like it's not just wait, I'm trying to get this right. So it's not just a blue band because
I'm just
we
going to
want
let
blue
you-
band to be more. No, Sam, because we want blue band to be more than just blue band. You know what I mean? So you call it not
But you
just
could
a
do
blue
that with
band.
anything.
And then no, but you see, this is the thing
Just the
because now
phone.
this is how you involve Just a Band.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Because the music will
Just
be
a-
Just a Band, and the campaign is called Not Just a Blue Band. And then so the blue will be the whole thing will be in yellow, right? So Not Just a Blue Band, and then the only word that won't be yellow is the actual word blue, which will be blue. But you
Yes.
see, the thing is,
What's the thing?
so you highlight
Tell us the
Just
thing.
a Band. Do you get
Okay.
what I'm trying to say?
I
Do you get what I'm trying to
understand
say? Yeah, and then it'll be their music or whatever. There'll be
Yeah,
the whatever for the deal,
Diversify
and then
your
it'll
options.
be not just a blue band, and then it'll focus on like athletes
Yeah.
or whatever. Because blue band makes you good when you can really
Well,
have the
no, it
energy to
doesn't.
be a dope athlete.
No, it does not.
Yeah, but
That's
this
all
is
marketing.
marketing, Sam.
Yeah.
This is marketing. I'm telling you, bro. So you'll see an athlete, you'll see somebody in the studio making good music, you'll see somebody writing like some really dope like story lines
is great.
or whatever. You'll see somebody
This is
like
amazing.
doing well in their speech in school or whatever. You know what I mean? And then it's just called Not Just a Blue Band, and then it's just a band. Sam, fuck with me here, bro. Are you seeing the vision?
It reminds me of like marketing strategies in like the 80s and 90s. Like it's so obvious. And you might need to do more.
Sam.
But yeah, you have something there. You have something there.
This
Hey,
is where
hire Afam for your
this is where I fundamentally disagree with you. You're saying it's so
Fundamentally,
obvious,
right?
but this is the thing, Sam.
yeah.
Simple sells. The obvious idea, that's the one.
That's the one.
I'm
right?
telling you right now. If instead of thinking about doing something like unique and whatever, do the thing that's simple. Anyway, listen, Marketing 101. We'll have an episode about this. But guys,
Might bring on
why-
an,
Sam, why did I get-
expert for that.
Osam, why did I do? Well, I don't know why.
No. You can't
the past
start any
2 minutes just happened.
self-deprecation here or whatever it's called. Nah, it's done. Thank you guys for tuning into Afam's
Thank you, guys.
masterclass on how to market Blue
Yes.
Band using just
Next
a band.
time, it's not gonna be free. It's gonna be behind the paywall.
Of course.
But guys,
Yeah.
listen. Thank you guys so much for listening. Appreciate
Just
the
a Blue
support.
Band.
Want to remind you guys we've been nominated for People's Choice Awards,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can check that out and vote for us if you can. Also, yeah, you can catch us on Threads, on Twitter, on Instagram, X, whatever, on Instagram,
Hey,
on TikTok,
you finally did it on
as
your
well
own.
as
That's great. You're changing.
as well as find us on LinkedIn, and then you can listen to the podcast on YouTube,
Yep.
on the streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, which by the way is changing. I think they're integrating
No.
Google Podcast with YouTube Music. Yeah,
That's
it's a thing. It's a thing. It's happening, Sam. Even if you've grown, it's happening.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
Why
so
can't
you
people
can
just
find us
let
on Google
a good
Podcast.
thing be a good thing? Why?
Well, you can't. Because life, Sam. This is just what happens in life.
Anyway.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much. Episode 44, down the can, and we can look. Oh my God, we're almost in episode 45, which is insane. But
Yes.
yeah,
That's many episodes to be talking. Honestly, what?
it is. It is.
I wonder
bro.
how
We
many
have
hours of talking we've done.
at least 45 hours of talking
At
on
least.
the well.
It's great.
I don't know if
We love
that's
it.
accurate, but maybe.
No one
but
knows.
Guys,
Thank you for listening.
Listen, if somebody needs like an AI whatever, or let me not even give them ideas. Let me not give them ideas.
Not for free. Come on. You
But they
already
have
gave
so
Blue
many
Band the
hours
sauce
of
for
us
free.
walking,
You want to
talking.
give more sauce for free, Afam? Relax. Just calm down. Save some for
Anyway, guys.
for some money, bro. What are you doing?
I shall. I wouldn't give out all the sauce. But guys, thank you guys so much, and see you. Let's catch you on episode 45.
45.